The more he acclimated you are, you'll be able to fight in a colder you'll be able to fight in a colder condition even easier. Heat acclimation is actually very similar to elevation training. Like when people train in elevation, a lot of the same benefits that you get from training at elevation happen in heat acclimation. So when you're training really high, your body also produces a lot of plasma. Same thing that happens when you're training in heat. So it's going to help you across the board. And most of the time when you're training or you're fighting, you're not going to be training and fighting inside 120-degree heat. So how much better are you going to be when you're training in a cool environment? Would you do boxing or wrestling coming from a wrestling background into MMA? I would do boxing for sure because boxing is striking is a dominant martial art for MMA. If you look at Kamaru Usman, look at Ilya Topuria, look at Max Holloway. I mean, look at most of these fighters. They're wrestlers. I mean, they're boxers and wrestlers. Like boxing and wrestling dominates. What kind of damage is Marab doing with his feet? None. He's just boxing and wrestling. My man, carbs that your body has, like the less sugar that's in your blood and sugar that's in your liver, the more fat your body's gonna burn for fuel, as opposed to burning just sugar. Which is why if you do cardio while you're fasted, is freaking hell, because your body's basically using straight fat as fuel, and it's much harder to convert fat to energy than it is to convert sugar to energy. Would running in a hoodie help? It would only help if it was already hot outside. Like if it was already hot outside, then yeah, that would help. But like if it's cold outside, I mean, it doesn't even make a difference. Def, one of the smartest in the game. Thanks, man. Boxing over kickboxing. Yep. How do you feel about fasting, training while fasting, sauna while fasting? Just like hang out one spot, literally. You keep running around. Just hang out right there. So I like to fast. I've been fasting for almost 8 years now, consistently. So every single day I fast a minimum of 18 hours. And I usually do all my training before I eat because I hate eating on a full belly. But fasting for me has been a game changer. Like before I fasted, it was much more difficult for me to maintain a certain amount of body fat. But after I started fasting, it's a lot easier because you're just consuming less calories. You're eating in a small window. And when you're eating in this small window, it's hard to eat as much as you would eat if you were eating for 16 hours. You sleep for 18 hours and you eat for 16 hours. The chances of you not overeating in 16 hours is really difficult. When you only give your body 6 hours or 4 hours or 1 hour, the chances of you overeating go far down. So imagine adding exercise on top of that. It's just a great, for me, I live by fasting. Like I love fasting. I personally don't even really believe in all this like, you got to watch what you eat. I think your body can break down anything as long as you give it time. If you give your body time to break down bad foods and toxins and all this stuff, I think your body will be just fine. But the thing is that people are just eating all the time, constantly digesting. You go to sleep, all your body can do instead of recovery is digest food. If all your body can do is digest food instead of sleeping, instead of recovering, how you ever expect to be in optimal health? You can't be. But for me, I'll stop eating by around 5 o'clock. So by the time I'm asleep at night, my body's not focused on just digesting all night. My body's actually able to recover. So for me, I live and die by, I love fasting, man. And here's another thing too about fasting. Every single religion in the world, every single scientist in the world, everyone agrees on fasting. No one agrees on what diet is best. Carnivore, veganism, pescatarian, paleo diet, all these different diets no one agrees on. But one thing everybody agrees on is fasting. Who do you think is going to give Hamzat problems? No one. I mean, at this point, it's hard to see anybody give him problems, man. Sad to say it, but I don't think the Ritter can mess with him. I don't see any of these guys able to mess with Hamzat right now. I think the only one that can do it is Kamaru Usman. But what is the chance that Kamaru Usman is going to go up to 185 and fight for a belt? It's just not happening. Why don't you just pour it out? Just pour it all out so you don't have to reach in the bag anymore. Tips for a bladed stance. A bladed stance helps you to move in and out better, whereas a square stance helps you with head movement and lateral movement. So think about that, right? When you stand bladed, with your shoulder more out in the front, your hips more out in the front, and that lead foot more to the front, you can move forward and back really easily. That forward and back motion is on point, which is important. How far and how close you are from your opponent is a game changer, because if you're too far, they can't hit you. If you're too close, they can't hit you. But when you're lateral, which means your feet are more sideways and your shoulders are more squared, you can move left and right easily. You can move your head easily and you can move left and right easily. So being able to go back and forth between the two is really beneficial. The way I like to do it is, the closer I am to the middle of the cage, the closer I am to having you with your back to the cage, the more bladed I am, right? The more my lead shoulder is pointing that way so that I can move back easier. But the closer I get to the cage, the more I start to square up because I can no longer move back since the cage is on my back. I have to move left and right. So if I'm in the middle, I'm standing bladed. As they start to back me up, I get more and more squared, ready to move left and right and to circle out if I need to. So just think about it like that. I'm in the middle, I'm bladed. If my back is to the ropes, I'm squared, ready to move. Who would win in a street fight? A boxer or a kickboxer? I mean, it just depends how good the boxer is. It depends how good the kickboxer is. It's kind of situational. If they were equal, then I would say maybe the kickboxer, because I don't think a boxer would know how to defend head kicks and side kicks and leg kicks. They literally just don't know how to deal with these certain weapons since they've never trained for them. Whereas a kickboxer should have some defensive ability. Is it too late to start BJJ or freestyle wrestling at 17? Nah, that's not too late. You're still young. I'm about to start competing in kickboxing and MMA tournaments. What should I know? You should know composure, right? You want to be a smart fighter when you fight. If you want to be a smart fighter, you have to be composed. You have to manage your emotions. If you go in there for your first fight and your emotions are all out of whack, that's how you get whacked. Look at Aaron Pico versus Lerone Murphy this weekend. It was his first fight in the UFC, and his emotional intelligence was gone because of the moment. The spotlight was too big. He went out there, he fought like an amateur did, pretty much. Good skill, but bad performance. When you have a bad performance, it's usually tied to your composure or lack thereof. So you want to be able to stay calm so that way you can use all the skills that you've learned. And as an amateur, you probably don't even have that many skills yet. So how much more do you want to be calm and cool and collected so that way you can use whatever skills you do have to your benefit? I don't be eating my first meal till like 5. Okay, so that's good. I mean, you're fasting, your window's a little bit later, but that's still good. I eat after I train. Yeah, because I like to fast until I train, and then after I train, I eat. If my training time is at night, should I still eat after? I mean, that sucks, man. Usually it sucks. It's going to be hard to eat. Like, training at night makes it difficult because, like, let's say, what I would probably do is I would try to eat at, like, if I have to train at night, I'll make my window from, like, 12 to 3. It depends what time you train, though. Like, if you're going to eat at night, if you're going to train at night, say if you're going to train at 6 o'clock or 7 or 8 o'clock, maybe have your meal be from, like, 11 a.m. to, like, 2 p.m. And even then, that's going to be tough because your belly's probably still going to be full by the time 6 comes around. So maybe just eat from like 8 to 12, and then just gangster all the rest of the day. From 12, train at 6, go to sleep, eat in the morning. Basically, you're just going to eat breakfast. 8 to 12, that's when you eat. Fast the rest of the day. Ice baths? Hell no, I don't do ice baths. And the reason why is because there are benefits to ice bath, but there are also downsides too. I heard that like ice baths actually takes away from your body's ability to, it's like it actually ruins your muscle growth. It ruins the process that's supposed to take place after you work out. And the recovery benefits that ice baths do have, I think you can get those same benefits from sauna work. And sauna work, I think, is superior in every single way. So I'd rather use heat than cold to recover. I saw all your fights, man. You're striking to something else. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Do you still be at Combat Club? Nope. I moved to Texas, so I haven't trained at Combat Club in a long time. Ilia Topuria is very good at staying composed. Yeah. Ilia Topuria's composure is different. That's why he's so smart when he fights. If you look at him fighting, he's a tactician in there. It's not just the power. It's not just the speed and all that stuff. That stuff is good. But you got to realize Ilia Topuria is the smaller guy when he fights. Especially now that he's at 55. He is the smaller guy. He needs everything to be clicking. He can't go in there and crap the bed. He has to be on point. Being confident and positive will help you with that composure, right? Yeah. All right. So that's the last point I'm gonna try to get across for you guys. Being confident is, I would say, not as important as being positive. Being positive is the best mental state that you could possibly be in when you fight or do anything for that matter. When you perform, being positive is going to help you so much. The most important thing you could be is positive. Here's why. Positivity helps your body to be able to like reduce cortisol. Cortisol is what pretty much gets in your way. Cortisol, adrenaline, these things stifle you. They make you shell up. When your body has all this cortisol going through your body, you can't perform the same way. So you want to be positive. When your body's positive, you're able to perform better. And here's the thing. I don't think that we should focus on being confident when we fight. I think we should focus on being grateful. We should focus on gratitude. The reason why is because to be confident takes a certain level of positivity already. It takes positivity to believe something good is going to happen, right? That's confidence. You believe something good is going to happen, so you feel good. Well, it's hard to believe something good is going to happen when you're a negative person. But when you're practicing gratitude, it doesn't take positivity already to practice gratitude. Why? because you don't need to believe something that you can't see to practice gratitude. You can look at the good things you have in your life already. I can see, I can hear, I can feel. There's a million things for me to be thankful for right now. I don't have to believe in something that I can't see. So if you want to become positive so that way you can fight better, practice gratitude every single day. The more you practice gratitude, the better you get at it, the more you're going to be positive. The more you're going to start to see the good in the world as opposed to seeing everything as negative. And then on fight night, same thing. Be positive. I mean, be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. That's what you want to do to help yourself boost your positivity. Because all you're looking for at the end of the day is positivity. It doesn't really matter how confident you are, because what you're looking for is the positive vibes in order to go into the fight and perform at your best. Confidence could do it. Gratitude could do it. Humor could do it. Anything could do it. As long as you're feeling positive, you're going to perform better. So instead of chasing confidence, just be grateful. And that gratitude is going to help you be positive when you go into that fight. That's it for today, guys.